All right, guys, welcome to the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect. Okay, now I've heard about it. I heard about it for years, and I guess I watched some YouTube videos, mini docs. Just am finishing the Mandela Effect phenomenon on YouTube. Pretty good. I don't like though that they don't have the con. They've got a bunch of dudes, a bunch of people with pro. Well, actually, two from so far that I can count. They have two guys who keep saying it's real, or it could be supernatural, or it could be science based, or mirror realities, multiverse, what have you. And they're not putting it. It's about. I guess I have about 10 minutes to go. They haven't put on any con, any a person with a practical, plausible, science-based, rational reasoning and explanation for the Mandela effect. Now, when this happens to people, and I guess it's kind of happened to me. I mean, misremembering, recalling something falsely, a false memory, which has been around for years. But then I looked some research here. The term was coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broom in 2009. She noticed that many people shared her false memory that Nelson Mandela had died in prison in the 1980s. I remember him being alive for years, and he didn't die. That was my recollection. So I don't have the Mandela effect for that. But for times in my life where I've had a false memory, a misremembering recollection of something, sure. Well, everyone has that. Now, here are the main Mandelas, or the most famous, maybe, in terms of what many, many, many people have experienced. Okay, some examples include thinking the cereal brand is called Froot Loops, Froot Loops, instead of Fruit Loops, Fruit. So people are sort of going back and forth like, well, I remember them as Fruit Loops spelled correctly, like, fruit, the English word fruit, or is it Froot, like, a stylized, and they have the two little Fruit Loops, the little cereals in there. All right, so that's one. And I always remember it just the way it is in the box now. I never remember anything else. All right. Thinking the logo for Fruit of the Loom has a cornucopia. That, maybe I did. I think I could have maybe thought of that as well. It's not this huge idea. I mean, when I would buy underwear, my mom would buy them. I would just put them on. I wouldn't really look at the logo. So, okay. This is a fun one. Thinking that C-3PO, the great droid from Star Wars, is completely gold. Now, I never looked at his legs much, and one of them is silver, which is, I guess a component of his droid series or whatever, and that's cool, and so that's just you didn't really look at his legs much, I guess, I would imagine, right? All right. Thinking the name of the peanut butter brand Jiffy instead of Jif, and I always remember it being Jif. I don't remember Jiffy. Now, maybe as a joke, or as like, hey, did you eat your Jiffy today? Like, maybe people with peanut butter. I love peanut butter. I'm Peter Pan, Jif. My mom used to buy all the brands, I guess. And I guess we got Jif a lot. And I remember it being Jif. I don't remember Jiffy. So that's what I remember. And then finally, and this is actually the biggest, well, aside from Nelson Mandela, in terms of examples of the Mandela effect, thinking that the spelling of the children's book, the Berenstein Bears, or Berenstain Bears, I guess pronounced, instead of the Berenstain. So now the proper, or the accepted, is Berenstein, like stain, like you stain something. But a lot of people, quite a lot, remember as Berenstein, or Stein. Now, I just had a phone call with a buddy today, and he said as a kid, it was one of his favorite books. His mom would read them, to him every night, and he remembers it Stain, because he probably had it on his bookshelf or next to him, next to his bed, or Berenstein with Stain. And if you show someone who believes the opposite a first edition, you could say maybe you could change a book later. If you show them a first edition from back in the day when it was first published, it says Stain. So why they think that somehow multiverse, mirrorverse changed, Again, and I don't mock anyone who has this, because if you truly believe that, that's interesting. And maybe it truly is that phenomena. It's a psychological false memory. But to start talking about, like in the documentary, there's wormholes, there's multiverses, parallel. I think that's a real stretch. It's interesting. I love science fiction. I'm the sci-fi guy, right? But it's a little bit more of a leap and a stretch. So what do you think? Give us your comments. I want to do a couple more videos in this, actually. I want to start to maybe even interviewing people who really have had a lot of Mandela effects in their life, and maybe we can all learn from it. All righty. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.